guys, welcome to CRPS Diaries. Note the change in my vlog site. I've changed the name to CRPS Diaries because it seems I talk more about that than anything. So I thought it would only make sense. I've also changed the title in my vlog and such too. So you're still on the right page. Just change the name because. And I'm sure that I will talk about, rheumatoid arthritis and whatnot. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my camera a bit here. Along the way as well. But it just seems like right now what's at the forefront of my life is CRPS. So anyway, and welcome back if you've been here before. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button below. If you're interested in seeing further posts from me and the notification button as well, I would love that. So I am coming on because I had my 12-week follow-up with my surgeon regarding the fusion redo in my left, which is my CRPS foot. I was kind of going with I didn't want to get my hopes up too high because it seems like every time I do, I get bad news. But at the same time, I don't want to be negative. And, it's just a hard thing to balance when there's been so much back-to-back consistent bad news in the last couple of years. So I do have good news and I do have bad news. I got both. It's almost like, seriously guys, I felt like I got the rug pulled out from under me. I was finally getting some good news and then boom, and I'll tell you about that. So the good news is that my left foot is actually fusing this time. It's almost completely fused in 12 weeks. That's really good considering too with CRPS, that's more normal. My surgeon had walked in the room and he's like, it's fusing, it's almost fused. And I'm like, yay, and then the bad news. He said, that's all fine and good, but how's it feeling? And I actually said to him, do you want to know the truth? So he said, yeah, see? And I said, obviously the CRPS is still bad, the same. He at one point looked at my foot and he's like, oh, it's not too bad in color. I said, it changes color all the time. And then he felt it and he's like, it's ice cold. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And then as he was talking with his hand on my foot, he saw the color change start to happen. So yeah, nothing's better there. He seems to, if you go in groups for CRPS, you know that once you have it, it's incurable. And the help is shoddy, if there's any at all. For me, there's not been any at all. I haven't even been offered help. But the help that's out there is, like I said, shoddy. Horrible medications with horrible side effects, or just things that are like, they might help, they might not. So you basically, once you have it, you have it. And it can spread, as I've said in other videos and whatnot. Anyway, that wasn't actually the bad news. That's just my norm. And I keep talking to him about it, hoping you'll learn more as I go with living with it. The bad news is that I said to him that it's still really, CRPS aside, it's still really painful for me to bear weight on the area where I had the surgery, so on the ball of my foot underneath. I had the fusion done. So I said it's still excruciating to bear weight, and I'm pushing through CRPS pain to bear the weight so that I can tell where I'm at with it, right? So, and I can tell the difference between the CRPS pain and, fusion pain. There is a big difference. And because I've had so many fusions, 3 in total, I know the feel. So anyway, he had looked at my x-ray, obviously, because when he came in, he said, you're fusing. And then when I told him it's still really painful to walk on it, he said, I'm going to go back and look at your x-ray again. I'm like, okay. I wasn't really expecting anything because I guess I mistakenly thought he might have taken a good look at it before he came in to see me, but apparently I don't think that he did. And he comes back in and he said, I know the problem. And I'm thinking, uh-oh. And he said, I have accidentally drilled a long screw right through your sesamoid bone. So you guys will probably laugh a little bit as I show you this, but the sesamoid bone, this is a foot that was fused that has a CRPS. The sesamoid bone's right under here. So you can imagine, I'm walking on a screw drilled through that bone. Well, I'm not really walking on it, but that explains the pain. So that's where the bad news is. That means I have to have another surgery. Like, I'm going to have, the hardware removed, but I have to wait 3 months to see him again. That's not even being put in the system for the surgery. That's just to see him again, to make sure my foot is fused enough and healed enough to take out the hardware. And I was thinking before I went in, well, the hardware's not bugging me this time like it used to, because it would always bug me on the top of my foot, when you put shoes on and that. And I'm like, maybe I won't need it out this time. But I'm also going to talk to him about removing the sesamoid bone that he drilled the hole through, because with fusions, with people who have had full fusions, the sesamoid bone is known to cause problems after. It's known to be painful to walk on after. And I think that I'm actually finding that in my right foot too. I was trying to tell the surgeon that my right foot hurts and it feels like it's pulling in one area. And he's like, I don't know, maybe it's a CRPS just acting up. But it's not, my right foot doesn't have CRPS, but CRPS can still cause problems. When I got home, it dawned on me, oh my goodness, I'll bet you it's the sesamoid bone in my right foot that's hurting me. So anyway, when I see the surgeon again in 3 months, and then, get put in the system for surgery and whatnot, I'm going to talk to him about removing the sesamoid bone that he drilled a hole through. Because my spidey senses, my gut is telling me it's always going to be a problem now that a hole's been drilled through it. And I have to, if I can walk at all, I have to walk on that. So there's the good news, bad news. Good news is foot is fusing really well, considering everything, but really well, even if there weren't CRPS there, like normally. But now I need another surgery to get the hardware out. So, and I have to wait 3 months to see him. And then who knows how long I'm in the system before I have that surgery. So, I can't walk well with the CRPS anyway, so I wouldn't say it's fully stopping me from walking. But in a sense it is. Like, I can't bear full weight on that screw at the bottom of my foot. You can imagine how it would feel, or maybe you can't, I don't know, but it feels exactly like what it is. So that's where I'm at. And, somebody said to me in a comment on Facebook the other day, if you had any luck at all, it would be bad. And they didn't say that to hurt me at all. It wasn't malicious. It wasn't mean. I think it just came out because she's feeling for what I've been going through. But it actually kind of hurt because I already feel brutal enough, right? And I try not to think that way. But yeah, it was hard. And I don't hold it against her. I'm just trying to not let that comment sink into my brain, because I don't need more negative thoughts than that, It's been hard. It's been really, really hard, and we're going into 3 years now, and it's not looking at this point like I'm going to be getting any of the other surgeries that were originally planned done, because of all that's been going on with my feet in the last 3 years, and now the CRPS. So I'm still going to be living in, with the arthritic pain in my shoulders, that I can't use my arms very well a lot of times. And, I had a big surgery planned for my right foot on my heel which would lay me up for a minimum of 12 weeks. Like, it is a major surgery where they cut the tendon, Achilles tendon, to remove a bone spur that's attached to it. It looks like I'm not going to be able to go through with that because I can't handle being not able to walk on both feet for very long. It was hard enough this last time around when I had surgery on both feet, and one was a more minor one, but still I couldn't walk on both feet. And I'm still fighting to get the wheelchair. They're dragging their feet now, and I don't know why, but I'm started to become a squeaky wheel because I'd really like to have my electric wheelchair before I have this next surgery so I can do more. Maybe it's not a good thing for me to do more. I don't know. Anyway, that's the update. I also videoed, like, the last time I did a video, I videoed some stuff I haven't posted, like of me making pizza. I was trying to video me making pizza. If you guys are interested in seeing something like that, let me know in the comments below, and I will post it at some point if you're interested. And let me know your stories about CRPS. If you're living with CRPS, if you know somebody with it, please share in the comments below. I'd really like to hear from you. There is hope. Hope is a good thing. See you in the next one.